de Cristo yo iré, por cristalinos mares, un día al cielo iré, tras cristalinos mares, con Cristo moraré. Dolores olvidados, sombras jamás habrá, luto y dolor pasado, oh qué gran día será. Por cristalinos mares, un día al cielo iré, tras cristalinos mares, con Cristo moraré. Por cristalinos mares, un día cruzaré, a los benditos brazos de Cristo yo iré. Por cristalinos mares, un día al cielo iré, tras cristalinos mares, con...
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Trig podcast. Check out, see me, this beautiful. There we go. I'm going to get my sound of beautiful Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the best time of my life. Gospel Bell right here. Today is indeed 27th of September, 2025. Welcome back to my channel. This one's in English. This is in English. How teams can truly work together. Church, work, school, family. Because, you know, sometimes even though we're together in the same room at work, for example, doesn't mean that we can get along. But how do we improve that? From my experience, what have I done over the last 25 years, 30 years of leadership and ministry and school work? And how can I help you as a family, as a leader, as a pastor, as a worship leader, as a musician, artist, etc. So first, before we get into that, though, I wanted to say hello. It's been a while since I've done one of these in English. Goes right there. And so let's see, I have my different sounds here. Let's see if that one works. Is that one working okay? I think so, huh? Let's see here. There we go. How come it's looping, though? I guess it's okay. And so, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know why. Because some of these are loops, duh. So this is a boo. Boo for me, right? Boo. So, again, welcome. And I hope that doesn't loop forever. Is that going to just loop forever? I think it is looping forever, huh? Yeah, okay. Let me see how I can stop that sound from looping, because I don't want it to loop. Okay, there it is. Okay, now it stopped looping. Okay, this one? Huh? Okay, good. Okay, it's not looping. So anyway, thank you again for being here. How teams can really work together on these beautiful Saturdays. So before I get into that, let's see. This week it's been tough, man. Wow, a lot of conflict, a lot of issues at work, home, and a lot of stuff. But speaking of how to work problems, how to work on things together, that's what I've done. We've worked together as a family, at work, in all areas of life, and we're coming to a good place where we're moving things forward without fear, anger, resentment. And let's see, today, I have an event today that I'm going to be working in a few hours. It's going to be a fun school event. I'm going to be doing some production work. And then tomorrow, of course, Sunday is the best day of my life, where we get to sing and worship Jesus and see our house be packed with people that love God and love others, and that we are, just singing some amazing songs of worship. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff. We have a kids choir singing tomorrow, which is always fun. I want to be playing guitar for that. And then next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, I'm going to be playing with the choir a song in Spanish. I can't wait to do that as well. So a lot of fun things coming up. Our dogs are going through a little rough patch. It's been 3 weeks, and they say the 3-3-3 rule: 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. It's when they begin to kind of open up. So our new dog has kind of been nipping at our old dog, and so they've been going at it. But we're trying to do this and that to keep the peace. What else? Tomorrow, like I said, and then next week, and then we're getting into October. Fall weather, how about that? I'm loving it. It's 72 right now, so it's not too hot, but it's been nice. I think it was yesterday or the day before, my wife and I were in our backyard I've been working on my yard because there was some, speaking of, some rough patches that were kind of dry and dead. So I aerated the ground, got this machine, and then I got some fertilizer, some spray kind, and been watering the lawn for the last 3-4 weeks, and it's been better. It's coming back, so excited about that. And yeah, just enjoying this time of the year with my beautiful wife and our son who's here, and then our daughters. We're hoping to go over there to see them. They live out there in West LA area, the Miracle Mile. And so we're hoping to go over there one of these days because their apartment is looking more and more beautiful. I have to show you pictures. Maybe I can do that right now. Let me show you a picture of our girls. And you have to know that Canela, who's our oldest, she is quite the designer, interior designer. Is that, I think. I mean, she just has these amazing gifts and talents that I know didn't come from me. It's a creative gene, perhaps, but she is just amazing. So let me see if I can get that over here to you. Let's see, where would that be? How do I do that? I don't have that here. Okay, I think I can show it here. Okay, yeah, let me just click around here until I find it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Where is it? Okay. Oh, I know where it is. On the desktop, right? Is it on a desktop? Where's the desktop? Where is the desktop on here? There it is. Nope, nothing on there. Okay, where is that image? I downloaded it and I don't know where it went. Let me do that again. I think it went to Photos, but I'm not going to go to Photos. That's way too many things. Let me go back to this and then here, drag it on there to the desktop. There it is. It's in the wrong format, so now I have to reformat it. Blah, blah, blah. Export. It's a JPEG. This computer's so slow. Desktop iCloud. Sure, why not? Okay, browse. Now let's go find it here. Desktop. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Wow, so many things, I'm telling you. There it is, desktop. Okay, so finally, after all of that, let's see if I can show it to you. There it is. So you will see that our beautiful girl's apartment. I mean, everything that you see, Canela designed. I think all that this place had were the walls painted in that kind of earth color tone, tan. But Canela got that big light that you see up here, and then the picture, the curtains, the couches, the chair, the table, the rug. I mean, look at that. And the green up there, and then the beautiful view there of West LA. I mean, I'm telling you, our girl, the little pumpkins there because fall is here. Our girl is a true designer. I mean, you know, she's always been into beauty and design, and now she's carrying it onto the physical world. I'm telling you, I think she just bought that chair that you may see way out there in the distance. She just got that chair. You know what? Let me show it to you differently. That's what I want to do. Okay, forget that. Yeah. Let me show it to you this way instead. Let me see if I can do it this way. Yeah, but not that way. Let me just show it to you here. There we go. That way I can zoom in, right? How do I zoom in and out? Okay, well, there it is. So that chair right here, she just got that chair. It's an antique chair, super nice, super beautiful. And then you see here, let's see here. Got the beautiful painting there that she got, the beautiful flower, this gorgeous couch with those pillows, those curtains, as I mentioned, the beautiful view from West LA, that beautiful table with the gorgeous little pumpkin there. And I mean, I remember I got that couch with them. We went to pick it up at this friend's, that rug, you name it, right? It looks like an Instagram picture because that's our daughter, the beautiful lamp up there. I'm telling you, that girl, if you want to hire her, please let me know. She will make your house look beautiful, your apartment, your room, whatever it may be, at very little cost because she likes to be thrifty with all her things. Now, if you like to spend, then she'll help you with that too. But anyway, I want to get into the content here today, going over this whole idea of how to work together as teams in case you are working with a team at work. Maybe you're a part of a team and you are having problems with your boss or with another employee. So the training is called Working Genius. It's a thing that I went through about a year ago, a training that we did, and we got certified in this particular tool called the Working Genius. And this matters for churches, families, and for just leaders in general. Part of the genius training, it talks about how every one of us has a strength or a zone of genius, as is another book by Gay Henders called the Big Leap. All these are tools that I have taken, and trainings that I have become an expert in, and now I'm here to share them and to offer them to you for free as a way to help you. But basically, the first thing that I want to let me go into the training here, into the slides that I have here that I put together with the aid of my friend ChatGPT. But this is all my training. So, what happened there? Oh boy, what happened? Okay, so my particular, what do you call it? My particular gift, or let me go back to the first step. The 4 gifts or geniuses that this training talks about is discernment, invention. Actually, there are 7 of them. Let me go back to them here really quick. Let me just do something else here. I have that. Where do I have that? Let me just type them in here. 7 working genius gifts. Let's just do it this way so I can have a list here for you. Okay, so the descriptions are, there's 6 of them. Wonder, and wonder means where you are big, you're good at asking big questions. Number 2, invention, and this is creating solutions based on those big ideas. So everything kind of gets more and more, you could say it's like a funnel. It gets more and more practical. From ideas to practice, everything's important. Discernment is number 3, knowing what will work and what won't. You have a sense, kind of a gut. Galvanizing is in rallying people to that action. Enablement is in supporting those people. And then tenacity is driving that particular project to completion. Now, my unique gifts are discernment and invention. And so for me, and this could be for you, you take a test and you find out what it is. Discernment and invention are my 2 greatest gifts. So for me, discernment is knowing from all the things that are on the table what are the best next steps, and then who should be on those teams per se based on their gifts and talents. And then invention. For me, invention, all the stuff about creativity that you see, that's really, really awesome. Now, my particular weaknesses are tenacity and enablement. So kind of the bottom of the funnel. So I like to start and do things in the middle, but to grind in repetition and a repetitive task isn't my preferred thing. It might be for you. And tenacity and enablement are those things that are usually at the bottom of the funnel or of this leadership structure. And those are people who are really good. And I have friends and people on my team that are amazing at tenacity, meaning they get things done all the way to the end. My wife is one of them, and she likes to talk about run through the tape. My father-in-law was also that way. And enablement, which means that you support the people that are doing it. I'm pretty good at that, enablement. But where frustration can come in is when you have different people doing different things. You ever experienced that, right? So let me go back to my outline here. So frustrations come when you have someone, for example, who wants you to be the last one out the door and the first one in. That's tenacity. That is someone who values working late, closing the doors, being the last one out, the first one in. You could say that Kobe Bryant, a lot of athletes are that way. Now, when that comes with someone or matches up against someone who is more of a discernment invention guy, then that can be a conflict, because the discernment invention guy wants to be free, whereas the tenacity and enablement person or galvanizing person wants to get things done. It's a good complement unless you don't know how to work together. So let me go back to the different dynamics here. So the main thing is you have to know when someone pushes you in a direction that's not natural for you. You have to be able to say, hey, let me go back to these tools that I'm learning from my coach, Goso Man right here, so that you can see and I can talk about what is my uniqueness, what is my preferred way of showing up in the world, as people say. And so, for example, I have a team member who is tenacious and a galvanizer, and he's so amazing at getting things done, not letting go until something is done completely, and at rallying us to say, hey, let's all work together on that. I wish I was more of a galvanizer. I'm kind of and indeed, for me, it's like a 3rd or 4th gift. But then when that bumps up against me, who wants to be free to create, to do the next, not the next big thing, but to do the next right thing, the obvious thing, then that can be a conflict, because I want to leave, go home and create, and he may want to stay and us all to stay and get the job done, or to finish everything. So the solution there is to say, hey, let's say his name is Jack. Hey, Jack, you are going to finish. I'm going to start. So I'm going to get there, inspire, move the room, get everything done, get everything just perfect, and the people are going to be loved. And then I'm going to go and actually hang out with people and love on them even more while you close shop. Beautiful. It's like surgery. The doctor is the one who's doing all this stuff inside the person's brain or heart or whatever it may be, and then the nurse or the closing or the next doctor closes shop. When Rochelle and I, we do this all the time. When we used to mow the lawn together, I would do all the hard stuff, get everything done the right way, think things through. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what I want to see. I want to cut this, cut there, trim that. And then I would say, okay, love, now you close shop. Meaning put away the tools, which is the boring part for me. Now, you can't always be that way, right? Because you can see how there can be conflict. Well, Rochelle might say, well, why don't you help me clean? I've helped you with that stuff. And I can say, well, what, you don't have you weren't here when I got everything out and organized everything or clean. So that's doesn't work, right? That's unnecessary. That doesn't really work. And so the best way to work is to say, I understand, let's work together on this, let's work together on that. But really, it's best to divide and conquer, to have clear objectives, clear certification, not clear certification, but clear division of labor, I guess, and to then say, I'm going to do this, you do that, and then let's work together on this. Maybe it is the cleaning up. Maybe it is working on, let's go and buy a new lawnmower because this one is dying. You have to have a place where you both work together, but that you also divide and conquer, because not everyone can fix the car at the same time. You can't have 3 mechanics. You have to have 1, 2, 3 that take turns. And so there are all kinds of ways to compromise and to make things work when you have different gifts. But I think the most important thing is to know who you are. If you are a wonder person, then you better be thinking of all the things that could be based on your skills, based on your churches or your schools, tools and gifts and opportunities and dangers. If you are a tenacity person, then you have to kind of be in places where you get things done, and it is more repetitive. And maybe you work alone. Maybe it is just simply it's who you are. No matter if you're the boss or the last one out, if that is your skill, then get it done. And sometimes people, I think I have found, get mad because not everyone is like us. I do this all the time. We all do it. Why don't you do things the way I see them or do them? Everyone should be dreaming of what's next. Isn't this obvious to you that this person's not in the right place? And they're like, no, because I'm busy closing the doors and printing the copies. Oh, well, I didn't think of that. Hey, isn't that wonderful? We have all bases covered. That's where the compliment can really be helpful. But when we fight and we want everyone to be like us, especially for the bosses, which has happened to me, I've been the boss many times. Now I'm the second, third person. It can be very difficult to see everyone for who they really are. And that's the true gift of discernment. And that's what God's given me. I see people for who they really are, not just everyone has to close, everyone has to dream, everyone has to fill the room. No. The best thing, as others have said, is to put people in the bus, in the right seats, in the right bus. And that's beautiful when you have that. Alignment, they call it, or having people in the right place at the right time. But conflict will still come because you still have hierarchies in most churches, in most schools, in most businesses. And when the higher ups don't have the discernment gift, that can be problematic because they're going to judge everyone from who they are. Now, the problem with being an invention or a discernment person is that, well, who is going to close the doors or make the copies? I don't know. Oh, well, now someone broke into the church, or now the copier doesn't work, and now you have the whole school stalled. Well, that's the job of this person. Yes, all of that is part of the systems and clarity, but you have to have clarity, conversation, because conflict will arise. So that's basically the training that I wanted to just go over just briefly, just a kind of an introduction to what I do and what I offer and what I've experienced in my years of leadership. And I've learned both good and bad, the hard way and the wrong way. I've made many mistakes and have had many successes. And that's part of leadership. That's part of being a parent, part of being a team member. Maybe you're an entrepreneur starting a new business. All of these are things that are very important, because you have then, okay, what if my boss says this? What if this person reports me? What if I'm already mad at this one employee? Or in the family dynamics, what if nobody listens to me? Your personality, if you're shy, introverted, extroverted, if you internalize or externalize things, a lot of different things. And the higher you up, the more aware you have to be of where everyone else is, and the less you can be just about your own filter. I think the worst kinds of leaders, the worst kind of leaders are the ones that, as the higher they go, they see things more and more like themselves, versus seeing things from this tool. Everyone has a different gift, and we all can contribute. And this is what the Bible teaches, right? We're a body. The nose can't say to the finger, well, smell. And the finger can't say to the nose, well, point. We all have different gifts, but you need a mastermind, the Holy Spirit, to be able to manage. And then we have to self-manage, self-regulate, so that we can accomplish God's purposes for our lives, for our families, at work, at church, creatively, entrepreneurial. If you have a business as a barber shop, or as a selling clothes, or designing things online, or selling products on Instagram or TikTok, you have to know yourself, be true to yourself, and then be able to, if you have to work with people, which some of us don't like to do that, then you have to learn how to not manage. I don't like that word. Yes, some people should manage, but leaders should discern and have wisdom, and then know who they are, and then gather people around them that can complement who they are. So I hope that helps, my dear friend. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. I gotta go. Bye-bye. Adios, adios, adios.